Manchester City against Arsenal this week, this Sunday. Now, let's talk about it. There is quite a bit to talk about here. As you can see, I already drew some circles. I don't have any wingers on the pitch. I'll get to that in a bit. They are all over here. But maybe the most notable thing to talk about off the get-go is De Bruyne. Now, if you watch my videos, you will know I always put injured players down the side as red because they won't play, so we don't look at them, right? That's what I do. De Bruyne I've put in an orange color because it's uncertain if he will play. I don't think he will. And for that reason, I will make this video as if De Bruyne will not play. If De Bruyne does play, that is something I could not predict. We simply cannot know. So, in this preview, I will assume De Bruyne does not play. What I will also assume is that we play with this back four. You could argue that Kyle Walker or John Stones are now more fit than when we last saw them. We also cannot know that, and I would simply stick with the same back four, which has played very well already against Internazionale, against Chelsea, against West Ham. This back four has performed well, except for that one moment where Diaz scored an own goal, but let's not talk about that too much. For the most part, this back four has performed. Rodri, I mean, that's a no-brainer, obviously. Rodri will play. The questions really come in this area of the pitch, where you have a lot of questions to ask, really. Kovacic or Gundogan is an interesting one, and the argument goes for people who say Gundogan. Kovacic is not attacking enough, and Kovacic is not going to make up for that loss of De Bruyne. So, if you're without De Bruyne and Arsenal is going to sit deep, do you want to have a more creative Gundogan on the pitch, or do you want a defensively solid and in-form Kovacic on the pitch? For me, both are fine, but I do lean towards Kovacic, and here is why. Gundogan is not currently in his best form. I am not saying he is playing badly, I'm just saying that if we go purely off form, Kovacic is playing better. Kovacic can also sit deeper while Rodri pushes up. Gundogan can also do this, and I suppose Gundogan is a bit more versatile. However, again, Kovacic is more in form and has been at the club for longer. And before you tell me that Gundogan was here before the 4-peat season, being gone for a year, this entire system is new. Like, you can say, oh, it's the same system. It's not the same system. Pep Guardiola changes everything around every year. So, while theoretically Gundogan has been here for longer, in reality, Kovacic has been in this system for longer than Gundogan. As the system obviously keeps changing, or at least in something pretty close to it. So Gundogan, he won't need as much time as the average player that comes into Man City to adapt, but he still needs 3-4 games before he's fully in rhythm again. Therefore, I would favor Kovacic to play this, or at least to start. I am fine with both. I am really fine with both. Because they will do the same role. They will cover for Rodri as Rodri goes forwards. Because like it or not, Rodri is better going forwards than Gundogan. He's just that good. I'm not saying Gundogan is poor. I'm just saying Rodri is that good going forwards that Gundogan will probably be tasked with staying behind anyways. Then, the big question is wingers and attacking midfielder. 10, whatever you like to call it. De Bruyne is obviously not going to be it, under the assumption that he doesn't play. So who do you play in that 10 role, in that free role? Now, you could play Foden. He played decently against Internazionale, was a bit wasteful. We saw that he was quite rusty. But he played decently, and now the question is he good enough? Is he unrusted enough, I suppose, to now go and play against Arsenal? You could say yes, but you could also look at it from, let's have Grealish maybe play in this role. Grealish obviously played in the 10 role, in the 3 role for England, and was very good. If there is any point where you put Grealish in midfield, this is the moment. If Pep Guardiola puts Grealish in midfield against Arsenal, then we might see it again throughout the season. If he does not do that, there will be no Grealish in midfield this season. This is the moment to put Grealish in midfield. Either you do it now or you do it never. So it's interesting to see what Pep Guardiola decides on here. If I had to guess, he probably plays Foden and starts Grealish out wide. That's my guess. The question is not if Grealish starts, it's where Grealish starts, really. Grealish is starting. He's just been so good at the start of the season here. Then we've got 3 players to talk about for this right wing spot. Now, I personally think that Savio and Doku are just so good on that right wing. They just provide so much. But Savio is a bit better at crossing and at passing. With that said, when Doku played on the right against West Ham, I was very impressed. So you might see Bernardo Silva and Savio on the bench and Doku here on the right. But that leaves one argument open. You have Grealish here on the left with Ben White. And Ben White is said not really playing his best football, is he now? So you can put somebody with a bit more experience, a bit more, not experience, a bit more ability to get past a fullback on the left. That would be Savio or Doku. But then you have to take Grealish off the pitch. So then you remain with the question, do you want Grealish or do you want Savio on the left? Or do you maybe want Doku and Savio, something very attacking. Doku on the left, Savio on the right. That's quite difficult. I'm not quite sure what I'd say about that, to be honest. But this is not what I'd go for personally, but this is what I predict. This is what I predict Pep Guardiola to play. If I was the boss, if I was Pep right now, I would take Foden off, Grealish on the and the 10 role, and Savio on the left. That is what I would do if I was Pep Guardiola. Then have Foden come on as a substitute. Maybe Bernardo Silva if you are winning for Doku. Give us a bit more control. And then, heck, you can even take Foden onto the left for Savio and play Grealish in a more left wing role or something. You can experiment with that stuff, I suppose, but I would probably play this. I just don't think that this is what Pep Guardiola will play. So with that said, if Manchester City wins this game, they go 5 points ahead of Arsenal. Now, you have to keep in mind that Liverpool is coming behind, and Newcastle as well, which don't forget about that. We will talk about Newcastle in a bit, but Liverpool is playing against, I believe, Bournemouth. That's not what I meant to do. Is playing against Bournemouth, I believe. Of course, coming off a defeat at Anfield. Then winning in Champions League. I don't think that you can really say that Liverpool is going to bottle this against Bournemouth as well. If Liverpool lose against Bournemouth or drop points, then wow. But assuming Manchester City wins this, then Man City is going to be top of the table, 15 points, with Liverpool potentially coming behind with 12 points. So then you look at Newcastle. Well, Newcastle went down the game. Well, Newcastle has a few tough games coming up. Fulham is not that tough game, but I think Man City is a tough game. I mean, obviously. Then they have Brighton coming up. Then Chelsea, then Arsenal. So Fulham have Newcastle have quite a bit of difficult games coming up. So maybe they will be up there for now. I think they will drop down the table rather quickly when they start playing these tougher games. But do tell me if you agree, disagree, or whatever in the comments down below, of course. Now, I'm not quite sure with the Grealish thing. I would love to see Savio on the left against Ben White, and then Doku on the right, where he can use his right foot to cut a ball back. He did that very well against West Ham. I just don't think that's going to happen, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think Pep Guardiola is going to do that, unfortunately, but let's see. Tell me down below what you think about the game, how you think Man City will play, how you think the title race will unfold if Man City wins. But what if we don't win? What if Man City loses? Let's talk about that as well potentially. But yeah, tell me down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching the video to the end. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.